Shalom friends. I learned a lot while researching for this review. I always thought that when you saw the lines of an interlocking two pyramids it was the Solomon knot. If no lines, it was the Star of David. I've learned that the Solomon knot is different, and with or without the lines this is always the Star of David. Star of David, Hebrew, Magen David, lit. Shield of David, is a generally recognized symbol of both Jewish identity and Judaism. Its shape is that of a hexagram, the compound of two equilateral triangles. A derivation of the Seal of Solomon, which was used for decorative and mystical purposes by Muslims and Kabbalistic Jews, its adoption as a distinctive symbol for the Jewish people and their religion dates back to 17th century Prague. In the 19th century, the symbol began to be widely used among the Jewish communities of Eastern Europe, ultimately coming to be used to represent Jewish identity or religious beliefs. It became representative of Zionism after it was chosen as the central symbol for a Jewish national flag at the First Zionist Congress in 1897. By the end of World War I, it had become an internationally accepted symbol for the Jewish people, being used on the gravestones of fallen Jewish soldiers. Today, the star is used as the central symbol on the national flag of the State of Israel. Roots: unlike the menorah, the Lion of Judah, the shofar and the lulav, the hexagram was not originally a uniquely Jewish symbol. The hexagram, being an inherently simple geometric construction, has been used in various motifs throughout human history, which were not exclusively religious. It appeared as a decorative motif in both 4th century synagogues and Christian churches in the Galilee region. Gershom Scholem writes that the term Seal of Solomon was adopted by Jews from Islamic magic literature, while he could not assert with certainty whether the term Shield of David originated in Islamic or Jewish mysticism. Leonora Leet argues though that not just the terminology, but the esoteric philosophy behind it had pre-Islamic Jewish roots, and provides among other arguments the Talmud's mention of the hexagram as being engraved on Solomon's seal ring. She also shows that Jewish alchemists were the teachers of their Muslim and Christian counterparts, and that a way opener such as Maria Hebrea of Alexandria, 2nd or 3rd century CE, others date her earlier, already used concepts which were later adopted by Muslim and Christian alchemists and could be graphically associated with the symbolism of the upper and lower triangles constituting the hexagram, which came into explicit use after her time. The hexagram however only becomes widespread in Jewish magical texts and amulets in the early Middle Ages, which is why most modern authors have seen Islamic mysticism as the source of the medieval Spanish Kabbalists' use of the hexagram. The Holocaust. The yellow badge, a Star of David, often yellow, was used by the Nazis during the Holocaust to identify Jews. After the German invasion of Poland in 1939, there initially were different local decrees forcing Jews to wear distinct signs in the general government: a white armband with a blue Star of David, in the Warthegau, a yellow badge, in the form of a Star of David, on the left breast and on the back. If a Jew was found in public without the star, he could be severely punished. The requirement to wear the Star of David with the word Jude, German for Jew, was then extended to all Jews over the age of 6 in the Reich and in the Protectorate of Bohemia and Moravia, by a decree issued on September 1, 1941 and signed by Reinhard Heydrich, and was gradually introduced in other Nazi-occupied areas. Others, however, wore the Star of David as a symbol of defiance against Nazi antisemitism, as in the case of United States Army Private Hal Baumgarten, who wore a Star of David emblazoned on his back during the 1944 invasion of Normandy. Etymology: the Jewish Encyclopedia cites a 12th-century Karaite document as the earliest Jewish literary source to mention a symbol called Magen David without specifying its shape. The name, Shield of David, was used by at least the 11th century as a title of the God of Israel, independent of the use of the symbol. The phrase occurs independently as a divine title in the Siddur, the traditional Jewish prayer book, where it poetically refers to the divine protection of ancient King David and the anticipated restoration of his dynastic house, perhaps based on Psalm 18, which is attributed to David, and in which Jehovah God is compared to a shield, version 31 and version 36. The term occurs at the end of the Tsamkanuk Gladden Us blessing, which is recited after the reading of the Haftarah portion on Saturday and holidays. The earliest known text related to Judaism which mentions a sign called the Shield of David, is Eshkol ha-Kofer by the Karaite Judah Hadassi, in the mid-12th century CE. I recommend this pendant, my friends. The Star of David for thousands of years has always been in. Thank you for looking at my review. I hope it was beneficial or helpful for you. If it was, I would appreciate if you'd let me know. God bless you. May the rest of your life be the best of your life. Baba Aurangzeb